Hi, YouTube. We're checking out Financial Audit right now. One of the best videos so far.
You have a loan on the membership?
Wait and listen.
I'm reacting, girl.
Holy.
People react.
You're making assumptions, not just reacting.
For the membership you could cancel, I would be okay with this.
Listen?
I'm just saying my opinion.
Okay.
You know, the guy who runs the show.
I just don't like people talking over me and trying to answer.
No. Oh, she walks out.
Where are you going? You can't handle this?
She walks
Hi, my
out.
name's Rachel.
Oh, this is gonna be a good episode, bro. Hi, Rachel. Hi, my name's Kenji. And if you're watching this video, make sure to go support the original channel. I'll leave the link in the description. Also, if you want to leave a like, you don't got to. You look good today, though. You look good today. I hope your finances are good. Make sure to be healthy and happy. Drink a lot of water, work out, and make sure to be smart with your finances.
I am 29 years old from Sacramento, California, and this is Financial Audit.
Wow, thanks for coming to Austin.
Caleb
what
Hammer.
do you do for a living in Sacramento?
I mostly do I would call it freelance. So I am a pet sitter.
Okay.
I do house sitting, and I also work as an administrative assistant. So
Like, I know some people who do pet sitting. Like, one of my original guests on the show who I met doing a second show we did on the street, dude makes like $250,000 a year pet sitting.
Holy.
Oh, this could be good. What do you do? How much are we making?
when I was doing it full time, like working myself to the bone, this was a couple years ago.
Well, what are you making now? That's what I care about.
Okay. Now, this is my first month back into it. I have I have a proposed $600 income this month, but
$600?
I know.
Okay. I just reached for my stress ball here and that. Okay.
Oh, God.
There has to be more than that though. Because we don't allow people to come on unless they don't have income anymore. So there has to be more. What?
That is some income.
Okay, but it's not real because we can't do anything with it. So what?
I know.
What?
I make another probably $250 a month from the admin work.
I am being specifically told that you have income. What is the money that comes in? I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be rude off the bat. It's just like we have been very particular about making sure that people come on that have income.
Well, yeah. I mean, I shared all of that when I sent in my documents.
Okay, so what is it, lady?
Yeah, we had payroll deposits.
Yeah, because
on your documents.
I just recently separated from a company.
Okay, well that's different. That is a different situation. Okay, well I will allow. Why? What was the separation? I will allow that.
It was a difficult situation between management and I. So I did get a severance, and
So you got laid off. What? Your phone's sorry.
I turned the
What
vibrator
is it doing?
off.
No, it's flashing at me.
I know, that's what the notification thing. I don't know how to turn that off anymore.
Oh, man, this is going to be a hard watch.
Well, then this
So I don't have a
light up.
seizure.
Here, let me put
Just put it in your pocket. I'm sorry. Like,
The start of these videos are always cooked. Yo, I will say real quick, because I've seen some comments in the YouTube comments like, oh, he's rude or whatever the Listen, he has to be rude. So let me be very clear. These people know what they're getting into. They're coming on to his show. If you never watched this before, they're broke as they're in debt. They're bad with finances. He goes over their finances. Does he do it a little harshly? Yeah. Is he sassy? But also he does it because that's how he wishes someone talked to him when he was bad with finances. So that's why he's doing it. You understand? So yeah, it's a little rude, but it's content, okay? I don't care. I'd rather someone get talked to sternly and sassily than just let them go into debt, be homeless, and then maybe get themselves in a real up situation instead of talking to them. You know what I mean?
oh, okay.
Yes.
Wow. I was just trying to look at you, and I don't think it showed up on camera, but it was just like flashing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's hidden.
Yeah, we had payroll deposit of 2,836, so that's what we
That's
went
the
off of. That's what we cared about.
Yes.
That was severance. What was this job?
I was a remote registered vet tech, so I do carry that license.
Oh, great. Yeah. And we can get into vets usually understaffed in general, right?
Yes.
Especially on the emergency part.
Yes.
Okay, great. So, well, you got laid off. Why'd you get laid off? You
It,
scared all the dogs with your laugh?
no. So, it was, like I said, it was from home, so there were no animals involved. But as far as why I separated, there was a whole thing about ADA accommodations, and my boss just started lying about me and stuff like that.
What are the accommodations that you need?
I have both physical and mental ADA accommodations. So I have a physical disability that affects my collagen, so none of my joints work.
What?
I don't think vet tech would be a good job.
I know.
For you.
I know. It's not anymore.
It's very on the feet and bending over.
I know. I haven't been in hospital since 2019 because of this.
That makes more sense. Maybe we start looking for different career fields at that point.
I know, which is why I'm...
Because 2019 between now and here, like, trust me, I get it. And it sounds like something that maybe developed over time. And I have sympathy of that. If it was starting today and, you know, we would start planning for the future, that was 5 years. You had 5 years to think about your future. 5 years isn't significant in the span of a lifetime.
Yeah.
So isn't insignificant.
I did think about going back to school, and then I got this job back in December of 2023. The full-time remote vet tech job.
How do you be a remote vet tech?
Customer care. So when people call about pet things.
And what were you making in this job? Because maybe this is another job that we can get somewhere else.
Hourly? I was making 23.
And
$23 an hour isn't bad. Chat, I think you can make like 23 an hour at McDonald's though. No funny. Like they've raised McDonald's wages so much. It's crazy.
How many hours a week did you work?
40.
It's a little hard in California. It's expensive. Back money is kind of, right?
Yeah, it's stupid.
They don't build housing. It's a really ineffective place to live for being able to afford to live.
And I did own a house. I did.
How you lose it?
Past did. You're 29. That's incredible. For a lot of people, that's incredible to own a house before.
I had money. I was real good with money. And then...
Okay, so then I will ask then. I will just ask. What is going on here?
Good question.
So I was with a guy. We were together for 6 years, but we were only married for 2 weeks.
Okay.
And
it's kind
then
of a hookup of a marriage, okay?
Blew up everything. Everything.
Ooh.
I like that. This is a cautionary tale, chat. You gotta watch what you put in your coochie. You don't know what these men gonna do. These men ain't shit. They might f up your life. And every girl talk about some, oh, I want you to f up my life. You sure about that, girl? Because when I drop this wiggly on you and f up your finances, now you homeless. I done took your shit. See what I'm saying? You gotta be careful.
Hold on.
Yeah.
But you were together for 6 years.
Yeah. She's creepy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can see why it only lasted 2 weeks. Sorry. I apologize. That's me.
Yeah.
Why did we divorce after 2 weeks?
So
Did you keep laughing in the middle of the night?
no.
Okay.
You said the same.
My laugh.
No,
Thank you very
I'm
much.
poking at you.
So right before we got married, I came out as bi, and then we decided to continue with
You
the
couldn't tell by the shirt?
wedding. I really wanted a girlfriend, and he was.
Oh.
I know.
Wait,
he was
what the?
that, and then I decided that women probably weren't enough because our life was really horrible.
Why were you getting married then? You knew
Wait,
you wanted to have
what?
a girlfriend. He wasn't a girlfriend.
Yeah,
and
I
the life wasn't there, which a lot of people find to be very important. Me
know.
included. Like,
But if I say bitches ain't shit, I'll be the problem. YouTube, I just want to make sure that I will be the problem. Okay, I was just speaking hypothetically because women are amazing. I love women. Oh, I love the women with that whoa on her, especially when she got that whoa on her, you know?
it's normal.
Yeah.
So why did we go through with the marriage if it ended
seems
in
a little
2
off.
weeks?
Because I knew I always wanted to be with him, like for the rest of my life. I just didn't
How'd
know.
that turn
I
out?
just obviously not well. I just didn't know that I always
That's literally my face.
only wanted to be with him. Because like, I think I'm kind of poly.
Propose?
I didn't propose.
No, that's not
She's
what I was
poly?
gonna
Oh,
ask.
sorry.
She's polyamorous?
Poly. Is that
Polyamorous.
into everything?
No, polyamorous is having like multiple partners.
Yes. Okay.
Wait, then how do you get married? Can you get married with multiple people? I thought it was like that was under God, just man and wife. Like that's it. You can't have multiple people in that shit, right? Why did she get married?
Okay. I'm less good at terms. Okay.
It's not it's relationship, but
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that I was actually just gonna ask, were you proposing having an open marriage?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
And I
he was
offered
like,
him
no?
the same thing, and he was like, I don't even want that.
Were you not willing to then not do that?
I was at a point in my life
Where you just got married.
Yeah. I
A lifetime commitment. Okay.
I know.
Sure.
I
Jesus Christ.
Sure.
But I was at a point in my life where I was really scared. COVID had just happened. I was discovering all this stuff about
What
my
year
own.
was this?
2020.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't even know if we're fully divorced yet, to be honest. And
What do you mean?
Like,
it wasn't
legally.
settled. Really?
Yeah. Because he called me the other day.
Pretty messy.
Yeah.
Is it messy?
It's not angry messy.
Okay.
It's
Then why not get this
hurtful
figured
messy.
out?
Hurtful, messy. It sounds toxic. Someone said, I hate her. I mean, I don't know her to hate her, but I don't like her mannerisms at all. And I already know there's going to be YouTube comments because anytime I say anything like I don't like about a girl, they internalize it and they think I'm talking about you. So YouTube, I'm not talking about you. You are perfectly fine. But this bad, crazy that we watching seem a little off to me. She seemed a little off to me.
Settled. Are you with anyone else?
I was. Right now, I'm single.
Okay. Then we would want.
How are you polyamorous and you single? How the f does that work? I feel like if you poly, you gotta have at least 7 little side bitches. If I was poly, bro, I would have a man, a girl. Give me everything. I got them all, baby. They all up in me.
I feel like we would just want this settled out, at least for the comfort of someone else once you're with them.
Yeah.
Oh, listen,
it's,
Polly.
If it
It's still
anything.
hard emotionally.
What
I know.
Why? But okay, I see. Okay, you're into polygamy. That doesn't mean you can't be monogamous, though.
Right.
Right?
And I have discovered since I
Why'd you give up
attempted-
2 weeks?
I didn't give up.
He gave up.
He
called it. So you said,
called
I
it.
want polygamy. And he was like, no, monogamy. Oh, wait, no monogamy.
Yeah. So he halfway agreed to it, and then he took it back and threw his ring on the table.
King.
Okay. That's,
So.
ooh.
Yeah.
Which is hard, but that almost
Aw.
sounds like kind of an emotional moment. Surprised there wasn't like a regrouping after like
tried.
thinking about it.
I tried for a long time.
Aw.
Okay. Well,
I
I'm
feel
sorry.
bad for her.
I know. Me
That's
too.
really hard.
Me too.
4 years ago.
She's broken, bro. Maybe that just sent her spiraling down and she fucked up her finances because she just said, fuck it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he.
That's her fault. I mean, I guess in a way it is. She wanted him and a girl and be polyamorous and an open marriage. I've never heard of that in my life. Chat, an open marriage is fucking crazy.
Contacted
everything-
me the other day looking for a place to serve me, and I said I don't have an address.
We got there.
Oh, it's a
The Washington Monument? No.
no, it's just a stimulation chewy. So that because ADHD, tism,
I
Aw.
apparently have tism because I have this little thing and I'm just always like,
yeah.
but that's because I like to play
It's
with
for
things.
my nervous system, which is real nervous.
Okay.
Not right now for any reason.
Okay,
but
okay.
Just in
Okay,
general.
so the life blew up.
Yes.
What did life
real
blow up? Because we said what happened. You said that happened. So what is happening?
Right now or then?
Just what are we looking at?
Right now or then?
How did we get here and where are we?
How'd we get here? See, that's a then question. So how'd we get here? 2019 injury. Late 2019 injury, right? Remember how I got disabled?
Okay. Oh, you said college an issue.
Yeah, which because
It came from an injury or an injury happened? You didn't tell me about an injury.
right. So I had an injury November 2019.
Okay.
And that never healed when it should have healed in like 3
What
weeks.
injury?
And so from November to January, I was doing physical therapy, taking meds, acupuncture.
Okay, I apologize. Where are we at today?
Okay. So today I have applied for disability several times since 2019.
Okay.
I have been declined.
Okay.
Because I'm not disabled enough.
What kind of makes sense? I mean, you can do a lot, just
I can
not
do
a
a
lot of
lot.
physical labor.
Exactly.
Right.
And there's not, I mean,
Yeah.
most desk jobs are not physical labor jobs.
Right.
And in California, it's a lot of information systems type job. It's less of
Right.
going into the coal mines kind of state.
Yeah, definitely. It's really hard because
What?
it's hard to not be able to do what you love.
What do you love? The vet?
Vet med.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
All right. Well, I mean, you did this job and then you got laid off because you weren't doing it well, I guess, or something
no,
maybe.
I was doing it well.
Well, you
and
got
my
laid
boss
off for a
just
reason.
didn't. Yeah, because my boss did. I stood up to my boss, and she did not like that.
Well, hold on. Was it like true subordinates? Like,
I like him. Listen, I know you guys are gonna disagree in the comments or whatever, and he's picking on her, whatever, and I'm sure you're gonna say like chat's picking on her or whatever as well, or I'm picking on her. But I like him because he gets to the bottom of it. It's like if you ever talk to a friend and it's like, yo, what happened to you and your ex? And your friend just goes, oh, she was crazy. And then it's like, but like what happened? And she's like, oh man, nah, she was crazy. And it's like, no, but like actually like what made her crazy? And it's like, oh, I cheated on her. Okay, so you're the problem. You know what I mean? I like it because he gets down to, he like shifts through all the bullshit and gets to it. He's honest, but he's understanding in a way that he gets to the bottom of shit, bro. You know what I mean? And that's why I like him.
No, it was, she was saying I was doing
disobedience. That's not the word.
Disobedience.
No, that's not the word. Subordinance. No.
Subordinance?
Insubordinate.
Ah, there we go. We got there.
Okay, yeah, because it could have been that. Like if you blow up in an inappropriate way, like that is cause for fire.
No, so it was all like we would have these verbal meetings. She would say, you know, we would come to an agreement, and then when she would write up the written for HR, it was different.
Okay,
and
maybe you. I always play devil's advocate.
Of course,
maybe you like interpreted the conversation different.
Her and her boss are BFFs. Like they went to college together.
So cool. How does that mean they want to f you though? Why would they want to f you?
She was intimidated by me because
come on. Usually when people say that, the other person's not. To be very clear.
Because
like anytime I've ever heard someone say that person's intimidated by me.
See, I'm telling you, that's the whole like, why'd you break up? Oh, she was crazy. You know what I mean? That's the same type of.
They're not.
I wasn't the only one that said
like
that.
Pay attention to that person existing.
She paid attention enough to make up lies.
Okay, what were the lies?
Reason.
What were the lies?
The lies were that I was doing something incorrectly. What? I shouldn't get into specifics of that, of that job, but that I was.
Oh, God.
It just flashed at me again through the paper. That thing is trying to give me a seizure. I've never seen this in my life. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This lady's kind of strange, not gonna lie. I think she's just broken. I think she's heartbroken. She's going through a lot. I don't know. It's a rough watch, but we're gonna see if it gets, maybe we get like a good conclusion, a happy ending on this. You know what I mean?
Easily distracted, obviously.
Always.
So, she didn't have, the company didn't even have SOPs. So.
Okay, was it small? Was it getting started up? Because sometimes it takes a while for companies to grow.
So it's been a company for a long time, but it got bought by another company. So it should have had SOPs from when it was its own company.
Okay, so we got laid off.
Yeah. Long story short, you asked why, so I was telling you.
Sure. I know. I'm getting us forward, moving us forward. Got laid off. How long have you been laid off now?
October 25th. And today is November 7th.
So that's okay. This is different than the people who just don't have a job. You recently got laid off and now we're in the we need to get a job phase.
And I have applied.
That is different.
Okay, good.
Okay.
I have applied to a million places.
Yeah, it's only been a couple weeks. It's okay. It takes a while.
Before, because I was thinking about just quitting.
Okay. We can go. Maybe we'll go through your resume later.
Okay, I would like that.
We have your resume.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
We'll go through it later. We'll take a look at things.
Okay.
We'll take a look at your job experience. And, everything. Okay.
This is why I like this channel, bro. He's not here just to tear a person down. And that's why I like him, bro. I'm going to keep on saying this because I feel like y'all are going to forget in the comments and just think he's being a rude ass. I'm telling you, he's doing this to help the other person. And sometimes to help someone, you kind of have to hurt them. And not in a malicious way, but just in a very stern, like how a dad would talk to you if you do some dumb shit. You understand?
But your finances. Where are we at today? You're not making money. This is what I've kind of been trying to get to. Yeah. But just temporarily, you haven't been making money. So that's okay. A lot of what we're looking at here isn't a temporary situation. This has been a situation that likely takes years to get into. So why?
Because
what has been happening?
Like I said, prior to the separation, I had money.
Prior to separation was like 5 years ago.
Yes.
So
and then over
are you saying this was a 5-year operation?
Yeah.
What?
Okay, so what happened?
I'm getting there.
You're not, though. It's like you try to speak about it and then you just give another excuse and then you're like, oh, this person got intimidated, but I got fired here. And
okay.
Go.
Patience is a virtue, Caleb.
Oh, I don't have any.
So I made a lot of pretty intense, impulsive decisions during that time. So since I owned the house, I was under this fairy tale that I was going to live there forever. And so I put lots of money into the house, which I should not have done.
Well, depending. There's stupid money to put into a house, and then there's smart money to put into a house.
It was probably stupid.
What did
money.
you do, and how much?
I poured 17 grand worth of concrete.
Wait.
Concrete?
Why?
What did you do? What were you doing?
So it was a quarter acre. The house was on a quarter acre.
Okay.
And I concreted around the perimeter, and then a huge, like all the way to the back of the property, a flat, like for trailers or sheds or whatever.
Why?
Because I wanted to live there and I needed
Aww.
sheds, and I know.
What prevented you from moving then? Why don't you live there forever? I'm okay. You do whatever you want to your house if you are going to live there, but.
And I also put solar on it, and then that's
expensive.
I know, it was so stupid because I ended up having to pay it out when I sold it.
Why did you sell it?
Because I didn't want to get foreclosed on.
Why would you have gotten foreclosed on? How much was this? What was the loan on this thing?
We bought it for $300.
Okay.
And then I didn't refinance. I did like one of those where you take your missed payments and put them at the end of the month. I know.
Why were you missing payments? What were your payments? What were your payments for $300,000 with the low interest rates of COVID? What were the payments?
$2 grand.
Why couldn't we find
$2 grand?
$2,000? I'm not saying it's an insignificant amount of money, but why couldn't we?
$2 grand. That's less than my rent. I could have bought a house for $2 grand. Holy shit.
Find $2,000.
Cause
was this post separation?
Yes.
Okay, well that's a difference, and we know that you break when you go outside. So
I do break when I go outside.
Yes. You didn't have a job at that point. Okay.
Yes, correct. And then that's when I started, because I was on state disability for a year after my injury, but they don't tell. They didn't.
What was your injury?
I had a right wrist injury. It was just simple tendonitis, but because it didn't heal, that's how they found out I have the collagen disorder.
You could get checks from the government if your wrist hurts. We live in a pretty good country, dude. I mean, I gotta say, so a lot of people be like, "F America." I mean, dude, holy shit. Depends. You could. There's no way. I mean, bro, this is kind of crazy.
So it's still up. I can only lift 3 pounds with my right wrist.
Yeah, but that didn't mean lifting isn't the only kind of job that exists out there.
I
mean, the most I've lifted in this office is like my cup of coffee.
But when you have a specialty license, they like give you that
yeah. They
you were
give
supposed
it
to be able to do this.
Of course they give it.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that's where you have to go.
I know.
I mean, you're missing your so obviously this wasn't
not for the first long while, because I had a big savings.
I'm gonna get into your finances. I'm sorry.
Okay, we into finances, bro.
Go in for a moment, and I just need to know.
Yeah.
But for self-assess first. It's always important. I want to see where you think it is.
100%.
You think you're a 0 out of 10?
Which I think that your
finance
scale
score
is a little skewed,
Why is
just to be
that?
honest. Because as you state it verbally, you're like 0 being the absolute worst.
Yeah.
And I don't think that everybody is at a 0. Like the absolute
Everybody?
worst.
Well, not everybody's at a 0.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
I don't think that the average person, and I know average is a whole thing, but I don't think that somebody in my situation where I have a roof over my head is the worst possible.
Yeah, I mean, that's certainly over exaggeration, right?
Yeah.
But if like your debt is kind of like, yeah, it really doesn't get worse than this, because like, sure, you could add some numbers, but at that point it's just like this is like that's still a 0, like for the debt score, and then it all compounds throughout there. Like, no real estate.
Why is she being so narcissistic? I don't think she's being narcissistic. I think she's just talking. She deflects a lot. I mean, she says she has ADHD. Maybe she's just getting distracted and going to like point to point. I do that a lot, but like it's hard to get to the point with her. That's for sure.
It's 0 obvious.
We just spent like 20 minutes talking about her background, and I still have no idea. We just found out her injury, which was a wrist injury.
Yeah.
So it still becomes a 0. Sure. Yeah, you could be homeless under a bridge. It's a little
scatterbrained.
I'm just homeless in a cardboard box.
If you want your Hammer financial score, go to calebhammer.com or click the link in the description below. You can also go to calebhammer.com/apply. We'd be happy to have you on the show. Our application's actually gotten a lot easier. We just updated it to make it more streamlined. So make sure you check.
She's approaching this whole conversation with passive aggressive. I don't think it's passive aggressive. It may be defensiveness. Maybe she's a little defensive, because I feel like anyone that's in a fucked up situation that's talking about their finances, and it's a touchy subject, and she just got out of a marriage, and that's a touchy subject as well. I think it's like she's deflecting a little bit and being a little bit defensive, sure. But I don't think she's being passive or aggressive, at least not yet. I didn't see anything. Maybe you guys did.
Check it out. We'd love to have you on.
Sassy. She's being a little sassy, but I think that's just to mask and hide her pain, to be honest with you.
The show. Okay.
I don't know, though.
So, all right. I see a Subaru. You look like a Subaru kind of gal. You have that California Subaru girly energy.
Thanks, I think.
Yeah, I'm going to go camp in a forest somewhere.
That is actually where I live.
In the forest?
In the forest?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
My house is a 17-foot teardrop trailer.
So when you said roof over your head, you meant a vehicle.
I meant something with a bed and a kitchen and a shower.
A shower?
Yeah, the toilet's inside the shower.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
So I got all my
no. It's better than not having a roof.
Thank you.
It's a technical roof, but that's not usually what people think. Okay.
It counts as homelessness in the state of California.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's a vehicle.
Uh-huh.
But okay. Well, that puts things a little more into perspective than before. So is that the Subaru? That's not the Subaru.
I tow it with the Subaru.
Do you have like designated spots, or are you just everywhere?
So I have a...
I mean, it's going to be harder for you to have a job without a permanent address.
You betcha it is.
Oh,
okay.
Why do you think I can't go into an office?
Because you don't have a permanent address.
Uh-huh.
Why don't we work on... You were making money until a couple of days ago. It's like if you were in this situation forever, I'd be a little more. I'd be a little more. Okay, it makes sense. We can't afford a place over our head when we don't have a job. No, you literally had a job until right now. So why weren't we trying to get a roof over our head?
I have a roof over my head.
Come on, you know what I'm talking about. The permanent address.
I don't want one.
what?
Okay, congratulations. Then you're probably gonna have a harder time getting a job, and then you're probably gonna live in poverty, and then you. Like that's the end of the conversation. Then it's like we just determined. Just determined.
Plenty of remote jobs.
Cool. How's that going?
Not well.
So then what are we talking about? Oh my God.
So we literally just determined that you would have a better chance of getting a job if you had a permanent address.
And you know how much more money that would cost me per month?
Yes, but you had the stable income.
Yeah,
and
I had the stable income living in my trailer.
Oh my God.
And that, even if a little more expensive, trust me, I get it. It would have been more expensive on a monthly basis. I really do understand that. But it would have prevented the situation you're in right now extending longer than it needs to, because you would have been able to at least get... Listen, I'm sorry. It makes sense. If I'm hiring someone as the boss of this place, it makes more sense making sure that someone lives in a certain radius here, because it is more guaranteed that they are going to be here. Because you invest a lot of money into an employee when you're first getting them set up, especially and then it's time and it's energy, and then replacing someone is even more time and energy. You want the best chance that they're going to succeed. Hiring you would be on the lower chance of going to succeed of an in-person role.
But that's the thing, is in-person role is just not.
You don't have to lift everything in person.
No.
You could be in an office. What are you talking about?
It's not about that.
What is it about?
It's about my mental health.
Okay, I feel like this is... I don't want to come off as rude. I would say sometimes I got to bring my dad on stream. Mental health is very important. I'm not even going to say anything. Just play the video.
Oh, for f***'s sake. Okay.
I know. That's a value of mine.
What? It's a value?
Yes, a value of mine is to not put myself in a situation that's going to make me much worse.
A job will make you much worse. That's literally what you need right now. Am I missing something? Yo,
for my mental health, especially considering I have ADA accommodations.
You haven't told me what they are.
Because you didn't ask.
Yes, I did.
I said mental and physical, and you didn't ask for elaboration. So
elaborate.
Thank you. My ADA mental accommodation is up to 32 hours a month of time off that is paid typically. And it's typically a half day every other week. And then...
Is that forced federally?
I don't know what that means.
I don't do the HR. So my other guy, like if there are anything like that, he's making sure we're following guidelines and stuff like that. Is that forced federally that someone is not allowed to look at that when determining hiring? Because I know there are disability protections, of course. Is that specifically? Because it's not, why the f would I pick you? over someone who I know will come into work without the hassle of me having to reorchestrate everyone else's office in a small business around your life.
I don't think that they are allowed to know. Plus,
allowed to know. Well, that's different. I mean, more discriminate against it if that's a thing. I know there are certain things you can't discriminate against. I don't know if it's that one.
I don't either.
So oh my God.
Why wouldn't you know? Shouldn't you be the one that does know? You and HR?
Well, HR...
You were just complaining about it at the beginning that the other company wasn't following it, but now you don't even know if it's a legal requirement.
What do you mean wasn't following it?
You said the other company wasn't.
I said there was an issue with it.
Did she not say that? I heard her.
Plus...
I feel like I'm getting gaslit.
I just want a plus. Throughout this situation, my therapist has come to the recommendation that I not have like a direct boss.
How does that even work? What? Listen, I'm being so honest. Listen, mental health, you gotta make sure you're important or whatever. Mental health is very important, all that. But here's the harsh reality of the world. Listen to me right now. Come closer. No one gives a no one is coming to save you. No one cares. No one cares that she is in a has no roof over her head. No one cares. This guy kind of cares because he's bringing them on the show, going over their finances, talking about it. But at the end of the day, no one really gives a Your therapist could say something, sure, whatever the you need, whatever. But at the end of the day, no one gives a no one cares, bro. No one cares.
Girl, you're not going to survive.
Yeah, no
Okay, I really don't.
So then change it.
Understand the purpose then.
It's like you're being a victim of your own circumstances. Change it then. Dude, ow!
This doesn't make sense. You're not going to survive in this world. Everyone has a boss.
Do you?
Yes, the audience.
Uh-huh.
I have a boss. The platform that I'm on, I have to follow the rules and regulations or else no money.
Kind of like when I was pet sitting and making $2,000 a month and I was my own boss.
Kind of.
So why don't you go do it?
I mean, they're still your boss, the people hiring you and paying you. Yeah, they hire you and they don't have to hire you again. What the f are you talking about?
Because
there's a direct level of management that might be different, but they're still your boss. What the f are you talking about?
Your boss versus your income is different. So your boss is who sets your schedule.
They do. They hire you.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
No, listen, if people aren't willing to hire you based on the schedule you say on Rover, then they are still setting your schedule because they don't want to hire you based on your schedule.
That's not setting my schedule. Setting my schedule is what days I'm available to do the
You
things.
can say going into a job interview, these are the days that I'm not
Am I tripping? This feels so entitled. It's like I want to work when I want to work. I want to do what I want to do. I want to be my own boss, but also it's just so backwards. Am I tripping right now? I don't know.
And they will still judge your hiring based on that. Just like someone on Rover is judging your booking based on that.
That doesn't make them my boss, does it?
Oh my God.
Okay. You're just viewing it in a slightly different way. Whatever. That's okay. And I think you want to view it on a very like corporate overlord versus like you are accountable to someone.
I am accountable to myself and my clients that I make.
You're accountable to Subaru because you owe them money and you signed a contract.
Yeah, that was.
And you're like, I don't want to have a boss. Huh? Well, you said your therapist said you shouldn't have a boss, and I'm a little concerned by that. Big advocate for mental health, but she kind of f***ed you with that one.
I think she cares more about me being alive.
Yeah, you need money to survive.
I also need to not.
But also
KMS.
No,
like I get it. I get that. Oh, hold on. He's gonna speak and then I got something to say.
Get that, but there's always different levels is the thing, right? Like I want to come at this from sympathy, but I'm also always coming at it from logic as well and devil's advocate.
He has to. It's literally the whole channel. They got to go over finances. I know YouTube comments are gonna be eating him alive and me alive, whatever the it is what it is. But listen, at the end of the day, brother, I understand mental health is huge because again, obviously you don't want to boom yourself. You feel me? That's #1 priority. Right? But you have to look at it from a different lens. If you don't want a boss, but you need a job, you're limiting yourself so much already. One of my relatives was really going through something and they couldn't have like that corporate job. You know what I mean? Like they were literally, their mental health was cooked. They were really fried. You know what I mean? I felt really bad. I tried to help. Didn't really help that much, but I was trying. Some people, there's like people that are just wired differently. They don't do good under stress. I mean, zero stress. Like a minor inconvenience can set them off completely. So just having a job where you don't really have to think, like if you work at in GameStop. A job that's just kind of chill, but it's good for your mental health, I can understand that 100%. Whereas if you're in a corporate office, there's going to be a lot more stress, a lot more deadlines, all that kind of builds onto it and with your mental health. I can understand that. But in this context that we're talking about, financial audit, you're going over your finances, you're literally homeless. We have to look at it in a different lens. It's kind of unreasonable, entitled, and delusional. You're trying to accommodate yourself where you can't. Like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Y'all let me know.
The thing is there's so many different levels of bosses. You can have a non-micromanaging boss that, he's still, or she, or whatever.
Hold on, Lichbait said, I think she's limiting herself on purpose, feigning helplessness for the sake of helplessness so she can constant excuses for her situations and never take accountability for it. If there's a woman on the screen, accountability does not touch my tongue, you understand? I've seen TikToks of people getting destroyed with, hell no. Baby girl, do your thing, girl. Tell me more excuses, girl. I need to know that shit.
For that person,
like
that person just sets like, here's the goals we're trying to hit. Can you help us get there with your experience? Over the McDonald's manager that's like looking behind you as you're dropping fries in the oil, There's different levels. Your therapist is saying, I don't think you should have a boss. Feels kind of like a disservice to me because there's so much in between different levels of what a boss looks like. Even you have figured that out without figuring that out when we talked about the Rover thing.
Okay. So where I lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry. Can you repeat the last sentence you said? Please.
What's your plan for survival then?
That was not the last sentence.
No, but that's what I care about. Because you're like, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this. At that point, it's like, then what?
Exactly.
What?
So my next step is to the company. We did sign an agreement that they will not contest an unemployment filing. So I am moving forward with that. I had to wait for my.
How long were you at that job?
10 months.
Are you going to qualify for unemployment?
If you're over 6 months, you qualify.
6 months, okay.
At least in California.
See, I feel like that right there, that's her. Everything else, the masking, the joking, the kind of sassiness, I feel like that is the mask. You know what I mean? I feel like that's like her just trying to seem strong. Because also, you got to think about it in this lens as well. She's coming on this show. It's very vulnerable. I feel like she's just a broken human being. And that's probably why her therapist was like, listen, you don't need a boss. Like, she's trying to help her. I don't know if this is best for her right now. But, I mean, dude, who else is... No one's coming to help you. You know what I mean? And that's just life. It's up, chat, but like no one's coming to help.
So
she's coping. That's what it feels like.
Unemployment.
And then do my pet sitting / house sitting.
We know you can probably do more, but
which I'm hoping to.
Listen, and I'm not going to get you in a dangerous position. Okay. I understand what you and your therapist have been talking about, most likely based on your things. Like, I do kind of get it. Sounds like you just can't have a direct and authoritative person.
Exactly.
But there are other levels of boss.
Which I do.
I
do.
Hold on, but you're just counting yourself out from the workforce, other than just independence.
I agree.
In the workforce, small business is 50% of the GDP in this country. That's just the majority of jobs.
Which I'm doing.
Okay, you brought in $400. You said. When we said small, I didn't mean like micro level of business. Like, we're talking a small business like this is a small business.
Well, this is a very successful small business.
Yes, at a certain point, once it's like not surviving and $400 is not surviving.
But I'm trying.
That doesn't mean anything.
It does, because if I wasn't trying, I wouldn't.
Money's not participation trophies. You get, girl, you don't.
Which I purchased in
the
full.
State of California, who, trust me, they are pretty on that side of making sure everyone feels yay. They don't define you as having a roof over your head. So
but I don't go cold.
You don't pay your bills. You were forced to sell a house.
Have I missed recently?
You were forced to sell a house.
I was.
Your dream house that you wanted to live in. So don't tell me that you're doing great.
2 years ago.
I'm trying is not anything. You get rewarded with dollar bills based on something you provide. You do not survive off of participation trophies.
But
the excuse. Hold on, I gotta think a little bit.
Become a little bickering match instead of going into your. I'm really meant to go into your numbers.
You did. But I got that severance package. So
$2,000 though. That doesn't go very far.
Yeah, it was 1 month's pay.
Especially in California.
Yeah. So that gave me a little bit of cushion, which is good.
You were only there for 10 months, so 1 month for 10 months. That's actually not very. That's pretty okay.
Pretty okay, because they didn't want me to sue them.
Good luck with that. Okay.
The lawyer didn't say good luck with that, so thank you. You have a law degree. You don't.
I don't. Okay. As someone with many lawyers, they're all very happy for lawsuits. You gotta take the judgment of what makes sense. You can sue anyone for anyone in this country. That doesn't mean you have standing. Things can be thrown out in a heartbeat. And again, you don't even know your own legal qualifications for what you're saying you're talking about and what you're saying you have, and neither do I.
Right. So we're in the same position right here.
Yes, but you're overly confident. That one, they were intimidated by you, and two, you could have sued them into oblivion.
I didn't say that.
Come on.
You exaggerator.
Yes, but you're making it sound like they're terrified of you. So
why else would they give me a month's severance and unemployment?
Maybe they're a decent business.
Yo, this girl is delusional.
My boss was not a decent
I was
human
forced
being.
to let someone go,
my
I would want to give them a big chunk of money so they had a chance of survival.
Literally that.
Not everyone out there is a horrible piece of
Correct, and I agree with that.
That doesn't mean I'm intimidated. Jake, if I fire you tomorrow, I promise I'm not giving you money because I'm terrified of you. Lindsay said I should be. I don't know. He thinks 6.5 is huge, so it doesn't really scare me. Sorry, that's like membership post-show conversations. We'll save that for later. Either way.
Number me, baby.
$23,302. So this is a really high balance. When did we get this?
Damn.
January 2022.
Okay, so we've had it for 2 years. Well, basically almost 3. And that's still an incredibly high balance. What is it, 72 months? 80 whatever months? Well, which one?
Probably 72.
Okay. The $502 minimum monthly payment, more than your Rover income. Great. That's going to get us to our next...
I had a projected of $600 this month, and I'm not booked up yet.
Oh, guys.
And I get like...
we have $100 left to make everything work.
Every day.
But how are you...
We might be able to buy some Lunchables. Oh, I'm so excited.
Because this is what gets scary, right? Is just like because you didn't allow yourself to have a permanent roof is preventing you from getting an...
I do have a permanent roof.
Shut the f***. You know what I'm talking about.
I know that you think you know what you're talking about.
If you would have let me make my point, you would have understood the importance. Because you don't have the permanent roof.
It is permanent.
Because of that, you're having a hard time getting an in-person job because that's what they consider to be a permanent roof. You get it? Cool.
A permanent location and a permanent roof? Different.
You're arguing semantics just to she's arguing just to argue. His whole point is you need a permanent residence, so then that way the employers know you have a permanent residence because they're not going to hire someone living out of a fucking van. They're definitely not going to take you over someone that lives in the area. That's the permanent he's talking about. Please! And she's arguing just for the sake of arguing.
For fuck's sake.
Permanent roof means I don't get
Girl,
rained
if a bird flies into that the roof's gone.
I don't know. Have you lived in a trailer?
Oh my God.
I think I have a little more experience on what
I had
my
very
trailer.
close
She's
family
literally
members
just
who lived in a
being
trailer that I was
argumentative
over
for no
there
reason.
also,
Okay, so you know my trailer and that my roof.
Oh
is
my
gonna go
gosh,
off
you
on a
are
bird.
so shut the. Listen, I'm just trying.
Hey, don't get mad at me for
make a
standing up
point.
to myself.
You're not standing up for yourself though. You're just arguing to argue. He wasn't trying to tear you down and say, oh, you don't have a permanent roof. You know what I mean? He's just saying you can't get a job like that because you don't have a permanent residence, bro. That's it. The employers aren't.
Standing up for myself.
To yourself? Okay.
To you. Standing up for myself. To you. Yes, I slipped up one word.
Listen, if you had any like justifiable rationale behind it, I would be excited.
Behind having a trailer? You haven't asked me yet.
Oh my.
Not that. Or about you interjecting every second right now. And usually I'm the one that gets in trouble for interjecting. So listen, I'm just saying because you didn't focus on getting what society considers
society.
Oh my God.
Will I ever be able to get this point out?
Not if you keep saying things that I don't agree with.
No, I don't care if you agree with it. I'm saying what society says.
Society!
No. But the point I'm trying to make isn't based on your opinion or my opinion.
Okay.
So let me make it for fuck's sake.
For fuck's sake.
Because you didn't take care of that beforehand when you had a stable source of income. It is preventing you from getting a stable source of income because you have less places you can get a job at. Now, this is in a similar vein because you have such a high car payment, high loan balance, and a high term. The moment something bad happens to this, just like your past job, let's say it gets totaled, or let's say your income goes dry and you lose it because it gets repoed, then that is now preventing you from getting to your rover job as well. You're setting yourself up for these failures if something goes wrong. You are not allowing yourself to have any security. You are setting yourself up for a disastrous life because you refuse to, one, you don't need a $23,000 car is what it is now. It was probably $30,000 when you got it. You didn't need that.
More than that.
Exactly. You don't need a $500.
She said, I special ordered it. Why?
Huh?
I special ordered it.
How do you special order?
She's a professional rage. She's rage baiting. There's no way she's rage baiting. She gotta be. Holy
Subaru.
Because it was before it came out. So I bought it in, so it's the 2022, and I bought it in December of 2021. Sort of. I ordered it in December of 2021 because they didn't come into dealership until later. That's what
are we talking about?
Because that's what you needed.
Yeah,
Let me guess. This was a mistake. I've heard that a few times this episode.
No.
Will you ever stop making them?
At the time, it was in what I considered, I don't know if investment.
Someone in chat said, I can understand why her boss fired her. I would too. And that's a great point. Imagine having someone like this as an employee and they're constantly arguing for the sake of arguing. She got fired because she wasn't doing something right. That's what she said. So I feel like that was probably just semantics or some bullshit. I'm making some assumptions here, right? But like, it just seems like a terrible employee, bro. I mean, in a respectful way, of course.
Consider a lot of things.
I do, as does everybody.
No.
That's
you consider a lot of things incorrectly. Like you consider your trailer a permanent residence.
I don't think that's incorrect.
Oh my God.
It's not. No. This is a moving trailer. This isn't even one of those like mobile homes that is in a lot.
Right. I wouldn't want that.
Exactly. You're in very much something not considered permanent.
Like a U-Haul, like the back of a U-Haul?
Anyway, you're moving it always.
I am moving it always.
Well, we're not going back to that. Continue your point.
Okay. If I remember my point, what was I saying?
Do you think you're employable?
Oh yeah.
Why?
Because I have a lot of skills.
Which are?
So I have many years in customer service. I have the medical knowledge of an RBT and my license.
Do you think I'm just being genuine here. Genuine. I don't want to insult.
I mean, that's your job.
You're excited. That's not my job. That's, I have a little bit of energy to me, so that comes with my show.
Not gonna disagree.
No, of course not. I mean, you watched the show, so.
For the past week.
Of course. Really? Only a week?
Yeah, I stumbled upon you last Monday. I saw one episode and I'm like, some gigs apply.
Time to take the trailer to Texas. Okay, so.
I thought about it. It would have been more expensive.
So.
Oh, that's what I was saying. My car.
Your existence and how you present yourself and how you talk. Listen, actually, let me associate this to me for an example. I actually did have to do some customer service there for a bit when I started my job. It was mixture of customer service and sales before I went into sales, my first post-college job.
Sales are scummy.
I would not, sales? Sales is scummy? What if you sell like something good? We weren't selling something good, but you can sell good things.
And still try to get the most money possible.
I need you to, I take the bait every time with you.
He's literally getting rage baited. I swear to God. I'm watching and I'm just seeing what the f is going on. He's literally getting rage baited. There's no way she's not rage baiting. I swear to God.
I take the bait every time. Every time you say something, I will just. Okay. I wouldn't be good at customer service because I'm. Are you sure you'd be good at customer service? You're all over the place. Yeah. You're loud. You're a bit abrasive.
Here in my personal life, that doesn't mean that that's my.
Oh, this is all I know about you.
I know.
So that's just what I'm asking.
An interview.
Huh?
I said because this isn't a job interview.
Right, but if you conduct yourself in such a way, sorry, I just had a cringe. If you conduct yourself such a way to someone that you literally never met on a YouTube video, you're about to be perceived in front of thousands of people. You would think you would have some type of shit. Someone said she was passive aggressive before, and I was like, nah, maybe she's just defensive or whatever. I still think she's defensive, but there's no way she's not rage baiting and being passive aggressive as well. There's no way. It's like she's listening to how he's saying things instead of listening to the message, right? Let's say you have a kid and your kid takes your car out in the middle of the night, right? And drives whatever the you can yell at them and be like, why do you take the car out? You know how dangerous that is, blah, blah, blah. Like the how it's said might be a little distracting. And you're like, oh my God, why are you yelling at me? But if you listen to the message, it comes from like, oh, I want you to be safe. Why would you do that? That's not safe. You could have really hurt yourself. So I feel like she's getting caught up in his way of, not the message, his tonality. Is that what it's called? She gets caught up in the way he says it, but she has to look at it and she's taking it as like a personal effect. She has to look at it in a way like, it's the message, bro. He's trying to help you. You were on the show for him to go over the finances, help you discuss a plan of action of what to do, and you're trying to battle him every single second. Why even come on the show?
It is an interview.
Right, but it's not for employment, so why would I present my employment personality when I'm not here for that?
No.
Well, you never know. This video is getting seen by thousands of people. Let's say someone, a very successful small business owner in the area close to him, or maybe he has connections and he helps her. If she's very receiving, professional, she shows like she has a good head on her shoulders, brother, you might get hired. Who knows? Anything could happen. But let's say a future employer does watch you act like this. Why would they want to hire you? I'm sorry. I'm talking a lot. I apologize. She's rage baiting me.
No, this isn't about how you do in an interview. It's about how you do on a daily in a job. Just trying to figure out if you would do well in a job.
I mean, I've had customer service positions.
You've been laid off.
Once.
Because they were intimidated.
Because there was a possibility that they were intimidated. Why else would you?
It's a possibility now.
Why else would you start lying about somebody?
Okay, we're not going back to it. We're not going back to it. I'm sorry.
After
I fall for it every time. I fall for it. I'm so
every
easy.
time.
I'm so easy.
Same.
I'm too easy. I'm too easy.
Okay. You asked me about my car, right?
I asked you about your employment skills.
Right, but previously the sentence that you wouldn't let me finish.
I'm going to leave the interview on my job.
Okay.
So how about you follow the current track? Your employability skills. Do you think you're employable? You say yes. I say what skills? You say you're good at this. Because without the employability, this conversation is pointless. So I want to see why you think you're employable in different things.
I've been trying to tell you.
Well, you're trying to go to another part of the conversation, so that's incorrect. But go ahead, continue.
I love him.
So, like I said, I've got lots of customer service skills. I have administrative skills. I have the medical knowledge and the medical license.
I like that one.
Yeah, thank you. It did cost a lot of money. And I worked 3 jobs during college. It was hard. Anyways.
We have a lot of student loans here.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, see, she's very emotional. I could see it. I think if you take all the financial hardship from her, I'm sure she's a completely different human being. She's probably under a crazy amount of stress right now. I want to be understanding. She makes it very hard with her mannerisms and her sassiness and all that. But again, I see a broken human being, someone that's really under some stress, and it's fucked up. It doesn't excuse it, but like it's like I can understand. You know what I mean? Because again, if you take her away from, let's say she gets $1 million in her bank account right now, she has a roof over her head and a stable job, I think she's fine. Her mood, her actions, her mannerisms, everything would change. And I feel like all this is coming from masking. But I can say right now, I don't give a this. Oh my God, you're pissing me off.
Yeah, I mean, I've got, I mean, we can look at my resume later.
Let's look at your resume. Can I have it? If someone wants to Slack it to me, that'd be
true. 2 things could be true at once, chat.
If you need it.
Oh, that works.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see it flash me with it.
I can feel bad and also be annoyed because she's annoying.
It's light. You're trying to assault me with.
I can have both.
Just want me to start seizing.
Why not?
So that this conversation finishes.
Google Drive. That's what I'm looking for.
Guys, she's qualified in technology. She can pull up Google Drive.
You're such an.
I am. I'm sorry.
And I just don't want that on screen, but you can.
Of course. Finally, a resume that doesn't look like a piece of shit. We have a lot of resumes on this show.
I appreciate that. Location,
California.
Correct. I don't leave California because I'm on Medi-Cal.
You're here.
I meant living-wise.
This is so vague. Like, what if I'm trying to hire you in LA and I see California? I'm like,
That's why I only apply for remote positions.
just becoming so much more scarce. And because of the scarcity and everyone wanting them, they are the most competitive jobs in the United States.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I've had
type of jobs, at least.
A New York-based and a Texas-based.
I hope so.
And then right now I'm doing my tattoo artist for her admin stuff.
Ooh. Okay. I will say your passions and interests definitely, you can start vibing politicalness from it. Because
what does that mean?
You can start vibing. Listen, I'm not against someone who's for animal rights. Obviously, I am too. Or human rights, or environmentalism, mental health, authenticity and kindness and, that kind of stuff. But once you start putting that as just as important as the key skills on here, I start seeing that
as a red flag.
Well, I can see other people seeing that as, oh, she's going to come in here. She's just going to cancel the company.
Yeah.
What do you mean by cancel the company?
You know exactly what
You're a walking red flag.
There's certain people.
I wouldn't have asked if I did.
Huh?
I wouldn't have asked for a clarification if I knew exactly what you meant.
That the moment, this isn't something like that. There's probably a lot of places where it's just like, how do I want to phrase this? Let me think about this. Where it's just like
anti-corporation people, it's just not smart putting your personal beliefs on a fucking resume. You know what I mean? She's a snowflake. I mean, maybe she is. You feel me? But also, it's just not smart to do that, bro.
Why stir up? And I'm not translating it like this. I'm just saying some people could.
Okay.
Some people could.
Extremist liberal. Is that what it is?
That you could be in there.
Liberals.
And the fact that you're layering just as equal as your key skills, your environmentalism and all this stuff, it could suggest to a potential employer that you're going to be someone who goes in there and then you're going to be making issues about a bunch of different stuff just constantly. You're going to be someone who just gets offended super easy. Okay. Like every conversation is going to be an HR thing.
Got it.
And it says, it's not a bad thing that you would feel passionate about things. It's not, but it's just you indicating it just as important as your customer relations skills, your veterinary medicine skills, leadership skills. It's just as equal on your resume. It's the same size. Actually, no, passions and interests is actually bigger on your resume. So
good point.
I
gotta say.
Well, yeah, I don't have to show being an idiot. Actually, I'm an idiot on a lot of things, but this is the stuff that I'm relatively good at this. Okay. And then work experience, it's all over the place. So what we're having here, what kind of remote jobs are you applying for?
Administrative, healthcare, veterinary care, pet insurance.
Okay, so a lot of it's pet, and then we have administrative. And then in here, I have the mixture of both. What I would instead have is a resume focus on administrative and a resume focus on animal. Okay. And I get that you have the experience on both fields, but having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, your last 10 experiences.
Those are all of my jobs.
Exactly. That's a bit much.
Okay.
I would have the most critical focused on what you're applying for.
Okay.
100%. And then in the interview, if something does overlap, then you could talk about your experience with that as well.
Move a number a little, to make things work. It's not the end of the world. Because you're still not lying about your real experience.
Right.
So having resumes focused on what you're going for. If you're applying for an administrative job, and 75% of this is I was working as a vet tech, I'm like, I'm probably going to hire the person that the resume is focused on administrative tasks.
Yeah.
So this is two one size fits all resume.
Hi. I didn't want to interrupt you again. As far as my management and shift lead positions, those were more towards the beginning of my work life.
But it's at the top. Administrative assistance is at the top. Usually that's the most recent.
Supervisory and management is what I meant. Because I was
well, then you typed it wrong.
No, down here.
Oh, so you put your most recent at the bottom?
No, if you would have let me finish my sentence.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Oh, sorry about
You're
the table.
welcome so much.
So my managerial and supervisory experience was more towards the beginning of my work history, which is why that's down at the bottom.
Okay.
But if I take off those first 2 jobs, where do I put my supervisory
That's
experience?
why I said maybe we tweak a number.
Okay.
I'm not advocating for lying necessarily. I don't want to be on the record for that, but it's just tweak.
Yeah.
A little tweak. Okay.
Yeah.
When I was close to 2 years in product management, I started looking for another job. I said I was 2 years. I was close.
Yeah.
So like tweak, you know. All that matters in the end is can you actually bring the skills and perform in the company? Yeah. So those are the things I would focus on. You know, I wouldn't try to make it an advocacy resume.
Okay.
Because someone doesn't want someone
who
coming
advocates for themselves.
It's not about advocating for yourself. It's about forcing that into a work environment when the work environment is just meant for work. You're trying to have all these political all that, like you're throwing that into a work environment. It's just a big red flag. It's just dumb as. If I'm hiring, I'm not going to hire you. You look like a red flag.
Advocate for themselves. Someone doesn't want someone coming in and trying to turn the organization on it upside down.
That makes sense.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like.
It's unprofessional. Yeah, 100%.
That's what it is. You know, it's just terms of risk for hire. Again, it's expensive to hire someone.
Yeah.
And then if we do hire you and you don't work out, it's expensive to replace you.
Yeah. What did you think about the little quote at the top?
It was fine.
Okay. Because I think that's a big part of.
Well, reading that quote specifically, I don't have it here, but reading that with the activism part, I was like, it was something about how change is critical, and I'm also okay, if we're really focused. I don't want you to come in this company and just because we like Brent, the historic figure on this channel. He's someone that comes into job interviews and he's always like, "Here's what I'm going to change about your company when I'm going to do all this." And it's just like,
right.
No one hires those people. You should come in. You should learn the structure. You should learn. And then once you are able to speak adequately about everything, you can push for reasonable, good change. Change is not a bad thing.
Right.
But no one wants someone coming in and just they're like, I know everything about this company. I'm ready to change everything.
Break down the wall.
That's not what anyone wants.
No.
So it annoys everyone.
Right. And I think the quote says success is not the goal, formative change is, or something like that. And that's where true success is. Oh, it's survival is not the goal. That's what it says.
Okay, that's better.
Survival is not the goal.
People want to see success.
Formative change is success. So
what's the interest rate on this car? Because it's blurred.
It's blurred.
It's blurry.
Oh,
it's hard for me to see.
5.19.
Not the worst.
Yeah.
Why'd he gasp? Is he in pain? Is that bad, chat? I don't know.
The best. It's in that like gray area of interest rates on a depreciating asset. Okay.
I needed a car that would last me for a very long time.
How many miles are on it? How's the condition?
It is 360 something, or not 36 something thousand miles right now. And it actually just got a brand new engine.
How much was that?
1,000.
Oh,
warranty.
Yes, not horrible, because warranty.
Oh, okay, good.
Yes.
Okay, what am I looking at here? Because you sent a lot of screenshots because you didn't really know how to pull statements.
That's actually okay. Yes, this is my lifetime camping membership. So that's where I get my water, electricity, place to park.
So you do have a place you go to the most.
Yeah, if you listened to me earlier.
I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, no.
He's so over it. He's not taking the debate no more, bro.
Excuse on your end, huh?
What? Sure. I mean, you said a couple of things incorrectly but that's fine. So okay. I just want to. The record was hell on that one.
So
I don't get how you can be so smug, but like you're on the show for a reason. Like the absolute audacity to be this smug is fucking insane. You think he's bad? On the other side, I'd be like, you in your shower, stop it. Like I would be tearing this apart. I'm so sorry. You're not gonna get slick with me. What the fuck?
This is the loan. Once this loan is paid off, then I only have to pay the yearly.
It's a loan to the lot?
No.
To the
it's
plot?
A loan to the membership.
You have a loan on the membership?
If you wait and listen.
I'm reacting, girl. People can react.
Okay.
I wasn't even asking
you're making
a question.
Assumptions, not just reacting.
I assumed that it was a loan after you said it was a loan.
To the lot, to the...
He's asking questions.
Whatever, but it's not. It's a lifetime membership, like I said. So once that membership is paid off, I only have to pay the...
Oh, good. Say it.
I only have to pay the annual dues, which is like $400 a year.
This is a camping timeshare.
Yes.
This is a camping timeshare.
And you know what it does? It gives me free electricity, free water, a place to live.
How easy is it to get out of it when you want to? Do you have to sell your membership?
You do, yes.
Oh, my God.
Me.
But I'm not.
Oh,
but I'm not.
my
If there's a membership
God.
you could cancel, I would be okay with this. I would be okay with this. No, one second. I'm just saying my opinion.
Okay.
You know, the guy who runs the show? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do that sometimes.
And you're also the one asking me questions and I'm trying to answer.
Gosh, you're so combative.
So combative. I feel so bad for her.
It's interesting putting two combative people together. Mm-hmm. It's
I just don't like people talking over me.
We wouldn't. It's okay if you talk. If someone talks over you, you're louder than them anyway half the time, so everyone will hear you regardless. But we wouldn't last. One, I'm monogamous, so we wouldn't last.
I wasn't looking for that, so I don't know why you had to bring that up. But
I don't remember.
We were talking about the membership.
Oh yeah, the timeshare. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the really stupid decision of getting
so
this.
Dumb. It's so dumb.
What makes this having?
Because you have to sell it to get it out. It's less about the secure
place. But why
place.
do I want to get it out? Because I don't want a permanent residence.
You are 29. You do not know what the rest of your life looks like.
I know.
Yeah, she got to stop fucking doing that. Holy shit. I'm trying to hold it in.
Nobody does.
Yes, but you've bound yourself to something that you would have to sell. A product.
How is it a product?
Just like a timeshare, these ongoing dues forever.
Until you're 65.
That you have to. Oh, great.
Yeah.
Well, that's close. This is that you have
$400 a year for free electricity, free rent, and a place to park.
In your situation, but it is still
issue.
It's less about that.
It's a bad decision?
Hold on, $400 is actually a lot of money to you, so don't try to act like an entitled little brat. Okay. All right.
Clock them.
You can't
clock them. Clock that thing.
Pay a $500 bill. I don't know how you're going to next month, so I don't want to hear about that. But also, your total loan payoff is $8,135, so it's not just about that ongoing bill forever.
Thank you.
So fuck off. It's obviously not the case. Interest is accruing like crazy. Oh, good. There's also fees. So we're getting fees and we're getting interest. What's the interest on this then? How do you not know? You signed up for.
I signed up for it over a year ago.
So you thought this is good, but you don't even know if it's good.
I know that I needed a place to live. I know that I need electricity, and I know that I need water. So I have made work.
It's less about that. I'm talking about the product itself. Dude.
Right? Which doesn't make a difference if I don't have a place to live.
Dude, she's taking it so personal.
Yeah, we can figure out so many solutions. You're acting like this is the only one that exists in the world. I
couldn't rent.
You're so inflexible.
I actually am hypermobile, but so I couldn't rent when I almost lost my house. Couldn't rent. Couldn't rent a room because I have pets. Couldn't.
How many pets do you have?
I have 4, and I'm fostering a
cats. 4 cats.
Puppy.
Oh, puppy.
In a trailer?
Currently, we have all lived in the trailer. Yes, I'm currently crashing on my mom's couch because my house was in the shop for a week.
Your trailer, okay.
And I got it back, and I'm just working on getting my stuff back, moved into it.
Is your car in good condition?
Oh my God.
Like mechanically or like?
Yeah. And the car and just the looks and everything as well.
It's got some dents and scratches. I mean,
You might have an actual equity position in the car in terms of positive equity. In good condition, it's valued at about $28,000. So maybe this is like $25,000, or closer to your value at $26K. Who knows? So you actually might.
That's pretty good. That's a good starting spot.
In your situation, selling it's so weird because like you kind of need it. You need something more reliable. You can't afford this minimum payment. You don't know the interest on here.
Are you gonna foster while homeless? She just seems like she does not think about consequences. To be honest with you, I know that might be a little presumptuous.
I thought it would show on the payoff thing, but it didn't.
Why would it show on the payoff? No, if you sent us a statement like we requested, it would have.
Well, I don't get sent statements.
You get statements for anything that's a bill, anything that's.
I don't get it in my email, and unless it goes to a.
You go to the website and you download statements in a statement section.
This is the website,
or you call them, or you email them, and they will send you a statement. Everything that has a bill has a statement. Good. I'm gonna calculate the interest. How about that? So I can do that for you as such a good
nice
friend.
Try.
Thanks so much, Caleb.
It's 22% interest.
That sounds bad.
It's very bad. It's beyond bad.
I need a place to live.
Listen, you don't get it. I mean, yes, you need. You are acting like it is the only solution. I wasn't there. We could have brainstormed. We're gonna brainstorm with where you're at now. But you act like I can't have a boss. It's the only place I could live. You're inflexible. A 23% interest for a cup of water and electricity is not a deal. An ongoing membership that you have to sell to get out of until you're 65 is not considered a good deal. It's a membership for not even a room, you know? It's like different. Like at least timeshare, you have a room.
So, but I have a room. I bring my whole house there.
Yes.
Oh my God, dude. There's no way this, she's kick her off.
You bring it. You don't usually have to do that for timeshares.
So it's
you think when people go to a timeshare, they bring a room from their house and take it there?
It is only I know you're going to say, only you can't afford. It's only $250 a month to have all the electricity I need.
Listen.
All the water I need. You're not really being realistic right now.
Oh my God. There's no way. There's no way.
Oh,
because
it's
where?
less about that.
Oh, it is? What is it more about?
You're acting like it's the only option.
It was.
That's not. You're saying you can't have a boss. I don't believe you. You're not a good narrator. You're not a reliable narrator for what was like in that situation. You're really not.
Because I can't disclose details.
Well, then how the am I supposed to have what you consider an informed opinion if I don't have all the information? Don't be stupid.
What do you mean?
No then.
The job thing wasn't what I was saying in uninformed decision about. It was or uninformed opinion. It was the trailer and the camping membership.
Almost nothing with a 23% interest rate is considered a good deal. Listen, if this was maybe at a 5%, we could have a conversation about that. Okay. If it was a membership that you didn't have to sell, we could have a conversation about that. You have to sell the membership before 65. And it's a 23% interest. It's basically a credit card. Okay. If you can't figure that out.
My rent is $250 a month.
I get
people's rent is like $1,500.
First of all, it's not your rent because you're not getting an actual place. You're just getting access to utilities.
Oh my God.
Those are utilities.
How
you're
is
paying
a place to live, not rent.
It's a place for you to put your trailer.
And have water and electricity.
Yeah, this is a $250 a month utility payment.
And a place to live that's secure. I can't just.
I'm gonna move on.
Like I can, and I'm gonna have to live in an alley for a while.
No, listen.
But that doesn't mean it's safe. So to be able to be at a campground 3 weeks at a time.
I get it. I heard it. I know it. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
But you don't agree.
It's not that I don't agree that it is. Listen, what I am saying is you're acting like it is the only choice, and because of that, it is considered a good deal. I wasn't there, but usually there has not been one time on this show, not one time in recording 4 to 5 episodes a week for 2.5 years, that when someone comes and they act like this was the only thing, I couldn't find an alternative. If we were there when that happened, what, 4 years ago, right? 4 years ago?
January 2023. So it took me
last year. Almost 2 years ago.
Yeah, so it took me a long year of planning the trailer that I could tow with my car, and
we could brainstorm. We could look at resources.
Which I did.
He's just trying to help. If you feel like you had it figured out, why are you even on the show? You're there to argue. You're not there for help. It makes zero sense. You act like you have it all figured out. Obviously you don't, okay? He's so patient. I would have kicked this bitch out immediately.
And you did, based on you. I've had other people do things and they think,
so
again,
annoying.
Something is the only way. Sometimes when you talk outside of your own little bubble, you might get some more information. But it doesn't matter. It's where we are.
You think that
oh my god. I don't think
you make a lot of assumptions.
Just based on experience.
Okay, that doesn't mean they're right.
No, it doesn't, but at least I would have tried. And we could have tried to figure it out. It's
because that's what that says.
It's not based on you trying. I said maybe I could have come up with something. Maybe my team could have come up with something.
But that's the past.
That's what I just tried to say. But you wouldn't let me move on. 2 weeks of marriage, huh? That makes sense.
Yes, sir. Talk that shit.
That wasn't very nice.
$480 minimum monthly payment on that. So now we're at $1,000.
Dude, she deserved that. It's like she dishes it out. You can't take it. Come on, bro. What's up?
Are you okay? Oh, I'm sorry.
That was not very nice.
No, it wasn't. I was just trying to make a jab. I'm sorry. Like, I did not mean for that to be insulting. Oh, okay. Take a moment. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
Well, let's take a moment. Yeah.
Oh my god, Caleb, what is wrong with you? Look what you did, sir.
Oh, no, it's okay. I was trying to play to the cheekiness for the show. Are you okay?
I need some air.
Take a moment. You want to go outside?
Oh, he's okay. Caleb's a nice guy, bro. I'm a dickhead. I'm sorry. I already know I'm a YouTube comments. You could tear me up. I already know I'm a dickhead. Caleb's a really nice guy. He's checking on her, making sure he's good. He's a stand-up guy. When you take all the satirical away and all the jokes and stuff, he's a very nice guy.
It's okay. Take your time. Take your time. It is no worries at all.
Damn, he got ass? He had ass, did he? Damn, Caleb.
I'm probably extra red now.
It's okay. You sure you're good?
My threshold has been lowered a little bit.
I don't know what that means. I'm sorry.
Post panic attacks, it's a little harder to not have physical reactions like this.
I have a panic disorder. I get it. I understand it. Well, I mean, this is gosh, you know, that's why we go through the whole onboarding situation and specifically ask consent if we're allowed to make you know, rude jokes.
No,
and stuff
totally.
like that.
And I am not.
But I would never
upset
want you to actually feel hurt. We would never want that.
Thank you.
What a nice guy.
Ever. You know, I love cheeky little comments, and that's all that was intended to be.
I know.
Not a harm against you. Okay.
I know. I appreciate that clarification.
I very much want us to go through this, and I very much want us to be able to create a plan. I want to connect you with our resources. I want to. We'll probably be able to get you connected with a financial advisor. Like, there's a lot of things I want to do. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
some lady owes me $10,000. So like court ruling case. So some legal help would be cool too.
Why did she owe you $10,000?
Oh gosh. So it's my high school boyfriend's mom, and she needed life-saving surgery, and then I lent her the money for it, and then it turned out it was a liposuction. So I took her to court because she never paid me back, like our contract said.
There was a contract.
Mm-hmm. On the back of a receipt.
I'm glad you did a contract, though, and the judge recognized it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So
well, there
I got
you
a
go.
ruling.
When was the ruling?
10 years ago.
Okay.
The past life has been rough, and it's not unrough now, but I'm a little more
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
emotionally and mentally prepared to handle it.
Are we sure?
Okay.
We are cooked right now. Caleb,
Are
help.
you sure you want to continue with the conversation? I don't want you to get, because I know these conversations are hard, and I know.
Yeah, you gotta help her, bro.
My personality, when I get very invested and everything, is definitely over the top. But that's why we try to prepare everyone. But
I know that was was an unexpected response on my end.
No, and it's totally okay. I just want to make sure. Do you want to finish this? Like I wouldn't want to.
Yeah, I do, and I'm okay with crying. I know that it'll a little bit of the of your, whatever you got going on here.
I don't think so. No, I just don't want to. I just don't want you to be in a position where you don't no longer feel comfortable to be on the show.
No, I'm comfortable. I am a pretty open book. I do cry.
It's okay. We had tears on the show.
Yeah. Actually, in vet med, there's a medical term, epiphora, and it means excess tearing. That's like when white dogs get that gross stuff. And all my coworkers always tease me that I have epiphora.
All right, so let's go on.
Let's get it.
Okay. Happening.
I don't know what to call that last thing. I'm gonna call that.
It's Thousand Trails, so I just call it TT.
I call it utilities timeshare.
Okay.
Okie
dokie.
What is this? Again, this is another thing where we didn't get statements. It looks kind of maybe like an affirm.
It is a firm.
Oh.
So it's a firm. They are all Amazon because I have an Amazon addiction. I know.
What's your total? So what's your? Are these paying fours? What is it? How long do you have these firms financed? Because there's so many options now. Do you know?
No.
Well, I mean, it looks like you've barely made any progress on them.
I mean, I'm.
What are your Amazon?
They are all on.
Can you show me your Amazon?
I sure can.
Oh, we get Amazon. I like this.
$727.60.
One thing I do have to say on my Amazon is I
$32,000 in debt.
Try to refund issuance failed. Sorry. I try to find not only do I do a lot of research before I purchase an item as far as which is the best on Amazon. Okay. I know that doesn't make a whole lot of difference, but I try really hard not to make like frivolous purchases like, perfume or makeup. I don't wear makeup. I don't have special hair care.
Determine that.
And so I try to just buy stuff that makes my life easier considering my
show me the orders, bro.
Physical disability and like just like stuff like this and stuff like
physical disability is like a fucked up wrist. Is that like a legit physical disability? I know it's a dumb question. I know I'm not trying to rage bait or farm. I'm just serious. Can be. No, yes, no, yes, depends. No, depends. Okay, heard you.
Like my fidget ring, like those are good for my mental health and my nervous system. So, but let me make sure there's nothing inappropriate.
Well, it won't be on screen anyway. What are you getting? Amazon or something?
No. Balessa.
Lindsay laughed. She knew what that meant.
Yeah.
That was a little, I think, above me.
I got you, girl.
We got the chewy things. We got a little drive. We don't need a wireless charger. Like that's not 100%.
I know. It was on
we can plug
60% off.
60% off, but we're financing it. And the minimum monthly
payments. I didn't finance that one.
The minimum monthly payments. Either way, if you didn't finance it, you could use that money to pay towards the stuff you already have.
Right.
We're at $127 a month for this firm, $727 balance.
Yeah.
Damn.
What are the interests? Do you know? Because sometimes it's not interest, sometimes it is, depending on the plans you get. And I wouldn't be surprised if they were interest.
Can you find that on the app?
Probably.
Okay. I mean, you have
okay. Well, let's keep looking. Super absorbent. Oh. Yeah.
Well, because I'm fostering that puppy.
Oh.
So they're puppy pads.
Right.
Why are you fostering a puppy though?
Okay.
Like, if you're already fucked up, I don't understand why you're like, that's like having like a kid right now. You know what I mean? I don't think that's a smart idea.
Did we really need a new mouse mat filled with dogs, with dogs on them? I don't think so.
What are you talking about?
Or maybe, what are there's some mat.
Oh, that's a washable potty pads.
Okay. You didn't need a ring.
It's the fidget ring for my...
fidget with that. Fidget with something else. You have things fidget with the things keeping your overall together, It's like...
You got a good point.
What do we got? What is this? A recipe?
No, those are the Mac stickers.
There's no
to let me know. It was like $2.
But that's the thing. Am I gonna freak out? Am I gonna freak about only $2 purchase? No, that is never the thing. When I mention the Spotify, it's never about the Spotify itself. Right. It is the behavior. It is the endless stacking of them that can make real progress.
Right. So
Camping lantern actually makes sense. Generator makes sense. Solar lights. Okay, well now we're having multiple kind of lights.
Well,
security camera?
So it's a fake security camera. So it just looks like a security camera. So way cheaper. It's because I'm going to have to live in the alley in downtown Sacramento, which is full of...
Why?
Because
you have this thing that you can't get out of.
Yes, I know. And I could drive somewhere 5 hours away and get a reservation, but sometimes if you don't reserve soon enough,
what?
So you're in a monthly fee that you cannot get out of at a 23% interest rate with a big loan on it, and you can't even get it unless you reserve it far in advance.
Not always.
It is stacking up as a worse deal every time, is it not?
My God!
Come on, it's stacking.
Have facts. Of the fact that those
destroyed her with facts and logic.
that those are all piling against it, but like I said, it made the most sense at the time.
I get it.
Okay.
So I know you couldn't sleep there, but what about I'm not saying this is the perfect option. It just it pops in the head. A gym membership where we can shower, where we can charge our phone, where we can connect to Wi-Fi. Is that a place you can park? Forever? No. But that gets us some of that. It doesn't get us water for the trailer, I know. But I'm just thinking...
Gas stations have that. Water for the trailers.
Yeah.
It's next to the air pump.
I didn't even know that.
I didn't either until like 3 months ago.
So I feel like, is that as good? No, but I feel...
she's being a lot more receptive after crying. You know what I mean? Hopefully, I mean, she sounds like she's listening now. You know what I mean? She's not very super defensive like she was before.
If we need to really go scrappy, we can.
Yes, I would have to put a lot of my things in storage. Because which is fine. I do pay for a storage
You're crashing
unit.
With someone, right? And you can't.
My mom in a house that is being sold this week.
Okay. Well, where's she going to?
She actually doesn't live there right now.
Huh?
Oh, you couldn't store it at a family member's place. Is what you're saying? Any of your stuff?
Right.
No, really?
Correct. I have my mom and my brother.
I've never
and that's
used the firm because I'm
financially responsible.
Well, no. The thing is I think financing things is okay, but you finance it responsibly.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, that's what I was saying.
Oh, we're at 35%.
I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say anything. Chat, I'm not gonna say nothing.
Well, the thing is I think financing things is okay, but you finance it responsibly.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, that's what I was saying.
Oh, we're at 35% interest rate on all these.
That's not good.
Jesus.
We can't be doing this anymore. You're paying 35% on your Amazon purchases.
Yeah.
We don't do that. Come on, you're making your situation worse. You are making it legitimately. You're making it harder for you.
Jeez.
There's no point.
No. More screenshots because you don't know how to do a statement.
Yes.
So before I knew how to get to the full Credit Karma report, I sent the screenshots of the Credit Karma report. Okay.
Whoa.
I've got lots of collections, bro.
Oh no. Oh no.
When I say those
You're never gonna qualify for a home again.
Exactly why I said I can't rent and I can't buy.
You can find landlords that'll overlook some things. Big corporations, no. Actually, I don't know the statistics on majority of small time versus big time, but
how bad is it?
But qualifying for a mortgage, absolutely. This would be
I don't ever want to own a home again. That was not great.
Collections 8,593, and it was on a credit limit of 7,500. So why we just didn't pay this? Why? It's been on here for 4 years. So 4 years ago, well, we know what happened 4 years ago. Is that when we stopped paying?
That was when we made the purchases.
That's when it opened. Sorry, 4 years ago.
Very frivolously.
It's only been in collections for a year.
Oh, so that
it's going to take forever to fall off.
Is that Fortiva or Vivint or something?
Apple?
Oh, that's my Apple card. Yeah. So I racked that up and then couldn't make the payments, so I didn't. Okay. I was in a rough spot.
Did you call them and ask if they would lower the interest rate?
No. I didn't open my mail for a year.
Oh, God.
And I went out to buy because brains are...
If I ignore it, it goes away.
Come on. I know.
I'm going to shit myself.
Like I said, I'm in full-time therapy. I'm working on stuff. Okay.
Oh my God. And also, I'm not gonna lie to you, this kind of sucks for Caleb because he's trying to help, but also, like, we already know it's stressful. We already know mental health, all that. But now he has to walk on eggshells to tell her basic don't put $8,000 on a credit card. You know what I mean? It's bullshit. It's so bad.
Okay. Maybe I need to be educated on this part. What prevents us from opening the mailbox? Anxiety, sure, I bet, of what's in there. But we can, you know, the anxiety gets worse if we don't confront what's in it.
I know it does. Kind of like my big pile of shit I have to take care of that I haven't touched in a very long time.
I don't know what that is.
It's literally a box full of just paperwork that I need to look at and do things. And it's so daunting and scary that I just...
But this was a mobile app. This wasn't...
It's so daunting and scary. Get me the f*** out. What the f*** is this? Chat, I swear to God. Listen, I know life is stressful and anxiety and all that, but sometimes a little bit of stress helps you grow, you know? Without pressure, diamonds wouldn't be formed. And that's the nicest way I could say.
It was an opening mail, so...
Right. So that was, the Apple Card was just me not doing well. And not calling them was a matter of not doing well. I should have.
Well, here's another collection, 740. It was Synchrony. Oh.
What happened?
Go for f***'s sake.
Oh, no.
That's my Costco card.
How'd you get to $22,991 on Costco? What did you possibly do? How many times did you fill up your trailer with Costco gas?
That was before I owned my trailer.
$76,000 in debt right now.
That was
it's income.
Everything's excusable. She can act however she wants, bro. She's $76,000 in debt. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You go, girl.
I'm pretty sure that had part of the concrete.
Oh, and the Costco card? You were putting the concrete. So it wasn't even spending money you had?
No.
You were putting it on high interest great credit cards?
Oh.
I paid $7,000 in cash.
When you were borrowing this, did you have any intent to ever pay it back? Or were you just opening spending and you knew you weren't going to touch it?
That's a great question.
Do we have an answer to my great question?
No. If I remembered.
It was only a couple years ago.
Uh-huh. Manic episodes are weird.
Oh my God. It's like...
And now it's less of a issue, more of a impulsivity issue.
Uh-huh. What you can work with a therapist on.
Yeah.
For coping. I'm just like, wait, why did you come on the show?
Because I don't know where to go from here.
Oh.
But I think you're very determined. Like, you're immediately, I can't do anything because of all these mental health things. Everything is, I can't do it because of this mental health thing.
It's not, I can't
do anything about that.
It's so hard.
But I can't do anything about that.
I know. No. Like, as far as the looking for income?
I don't know your mental health. I don't know what's real. I don't know what you've been working on. I don't know the history. I can't do anything about that.
Right.
So
that's what I'm saying. He's walking on eggshells, and it's at the end of the day, brother. I know mental health, whatever, but the world doesn't give a fuck. No one gives a fuck, bro. No one cares. So like, you are in charge of your life, and if you're just gonna let that eat at you, I mean, you got to live your life, whatever, let it eat at you. But at some point, you got to realize and look in the mirror that you put yourself in this situation. You have to do something about it, because no one's coming to save you at all. And that's with anything: finances, physical health, career, anything, bro. Any aspect in life, bro.
Nothing can be done because of the mental health.
But
what can I do?
But what do you mean nothing can be done?
It just feels like almost every time we talk about something, it's can't or this is because. Both
well, because these were all the debt.
But even the stuff we talked about today doing, it's just like mental. Okay.
Like what? Can you give me a?
I don't. It's been a long conversation.
He can't even say it.
I don't remember, but I've, you know, I don't know. We've been sitting down for an hour 20.
He'd be an evil villain if he did.
Yes.
My bad.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna get you connected with a domain money financial advisor. Mm-hmm. I'm going to get you their free session. We'll get you that. Actually, I think, so everyone out there who uses my link, they get a free 30-minute session with them, like a licensed financial advisor who will sit down, look for your stuff. Highly recommend it. That's good. We're going to get you connected with them. I'll get you connected with a free certificate through Course Careers so we can help you find a job. Like maybe we can boost your customer service part of your resume with a customer service certification so you can look at customer service management. So we'll give that to you. Okay. You know, we have a lot of resources we can do. We'll give you all 3 of our classes, which are bundled together for 25% off. Without you guys, you know, I got to give you a little plug, but it's always, it is actually worth it. We've had 10,000 people take our stuff and they've literally changed their lives, and you'll get it for free. So I need you to go through all this, because what I'm worried about here is mental health. It's just like, that's what you got to deal with.
Right.
And the best.
Someone said in a chat, she's literally crying, and using her mental health as an excuse is just insane, man. What's wrong with her? I feel bad for the guy for talking to her, because broski is so patient. Like, mental health is real, right? Like, if you're going through something, that shit's real as life still goes on, and it's fucked up. I know, mental health, whatever. But life still goes on. So you can have all this mental stuff going, but at the end of the day, you're still going to have to handle your shit. It's either like we just gonna keep talking about the mental health. We know we fucked up, but we gotta do something, bro. You know what I mean? And that's easier said than done, but regardless, it has to get done.
That I might be able to do is connect you with resources.
Right.
I don't know much what else. But okay, yeah. 22,991 on Costco. Concrete, sounds like.
And I don't really know what collections.
Cube Center. Is this not storage?
They sued me.
Who?
Costco.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. They want their 22,000.
I know.
And that actually might be a number worth suing someone over, because all of them can sue you.
Yeah, I know.
But usually it's just not worth it.
Yeah.
That number might be worth it.
But I don't know how to do, like I did that 30-minute consultation thing or whatever with a.
With what?
With a legal person.
Okay. When
regarding
was this?
This was April.
Okay.
So
and these consequences actually could come a knocking.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
And
dude, you stuff.
Yeah, there's apparently I can request for
Your credit's already. This might be a bankruptcy situation.
Credit scores are fake.
Okay, sure.
Just like BMI.
I don't care.
Just like BMI, credit scores.
Sure, whatever.
What's BMI? Body mass index? Is that what you're talking about? What's BMI, chat? Like talking about like how fat you are, like your body composition and everything. Body mass. Oh, get me the out.
This might be a bankruptcy situation.
Credit scores are fake.
Okay, sure.
Just like BMI.
I don't care.
Just like BMI.
She's rage baiting.
Sure, whatever.
She's rage baiting.
I don't care.
I don't think my credit score is horrible, but I know that my collection 638 something.
I almost don't believe that, but okay.
I know. Once everything went to collections, it came
to
up.
Save yourself from a lot of the stuff.
He's so done.
Bankruptcy might be an option because that one is an actual legal thing that could.
Yeah.
It really could.
My only concern with bankruptcy is losing my car.
No, you should. I think you can. You'll be. Meet with a bankruptcy attorney. You can figure it out, but many times you can go through and you'll be okay.
Yes, this is my storage unit, and I split it with my mom.
The trailer, I'm curious about that. They might take a look at it, but
because my trailer's only 17 feet, so it's real small. So that was actually what I was going to say at one point.
And 5 animals are going to live in there soon.
The puppy is this big.
Okay,
and then it's 3 cats.
Here we go. BMI is not considered in the medical field to be a reliable way of tracking health. Way too many factors at play. Credit scores, though? Sure, money is fake and all, but the banks don't think that way. Yeah, neither does your body if you're 20% body fat. Shut your ass up. Feel like a Michelin man talking about some BMI. Don't get the fuck out my face. God damn, bro.
Okay, the cats should be fine.
Yeah.
They don't know what's
and
going on.
we've all lived in the trailer before together.
Yes,
and my dog spends most of her time outside with me, and that's being in the trailer.
Just because they've done it though doesn't mean it's good. The dogs have when I drive downtown, there's a decent amount of homeless people here, and they have dogs. Their dogs have been doing it. Doesn't mean it's good. It's good.
My dog goes to the river every day.
That's good.
Yeah, like when we're camping, she has a much better life than when we're stuck in the city.
But I also know, know my main thing is it's food security for the dog, being able to afford pet insurance. If you can't afford pet insurance, then you probably can't afford an animal. And if we need to make sure they have good places to cool off if they're being active, oftentimes indoors. And a hot place like Sacramento's and Sacramento's kind of hot, right?
Toasty.
Exactly. So we need to make sure they have good conditioned AC. And then if it does get cold in the winter or night, we need to make sure they have heat.
Have that as well.
Okay, yes, and I know you have that part.
Yes.
But that's just like, at a certain part, if we can't afford certain things, I'm like, okay.
Like what happens if one of the 3 cats gets sick or the dog or whatever it's like, it's just not a financial responsibility that she needs right now. I don't understand the thinking. There's no logical thinking there. It's like, I need cats because of my mental health. Like, you don't need, that's just such a,
can't afford pet insurance, which means an animal will die if they get something done to them. I was able to save my animal's life because I'm very blessed and I have pet insurance. It cost $30,000. I didn't pay anywhere close to that because she had to go into 2 surgeries and multiple things to save her life. If I did not have pet insurance and if I wasn't in such a blessed position, she would literally be dead because it's not like the habeas corpus type with animals, right?
Right.
Like they will die.
Yes, and I am a registered vet tech.
I know
that I can't do surgery. However,
she got to do a surgery in the back of her unit. She gonna be in the back of her.
Lot of resources within the veterinary community,
and you're good with the preventative as well. You're better at that. You know what to look for. True. So I mean, you might be able to get them to a situation before surgery is required.
Right.
So like, trust me, I get it. Yeah. I get it. It's just like.
And when I moved into the trailer, a lot of people told me to get rid of them. Not happening.
Well, cats, I don't really like. They don't know anything.
Yeah.
They're just they exist. That's what they're
full of love.
No, well, sure. Love for you feeding them.
Yeah, some cats.
If they were the size of a dog, they would kill you, but that is.
What is. Yeah. What is
storage. This? Okay, storage. So you already pay for storage.
Yeah.
So why was our big concern needing to get storage?
No, it was putting the stuff in the storage unit I already own. Because when I move my trailer, like when I tow it, I have to put all of the things that go inside the trailer.
Is this finance or is this the bill?
That's a bill. Monthly bill.
Okay, so it's a monthly bill.
Yes.
Well, I'll put this aside so we put it in your budget then.
Cool.
Okay, so these are student loans.
Yes.
Okay, a lot of them are.
Oh no.
Yeah, income based, which actually makes sense for you. A lot of people are on.
Did the income base get approved? Can you tell that by that? I have no idea because I applied.
So you might be in the application period and it might be on hold because a lot of it's being challenged in court. Also, who knows if the new Department of Education, we just had an election, who knows if the Department of Education will even allow those kind of repayment statuses. So
sick.
we'll know. It's kind of up to the department head. A lot of it, they're given a lot of authority with that. They might not do any kind of forgiveness, any kind of things like that. So you...
When I was paying my student loans, I was paying more than the minimum payment. Barely, but a little more.
Student loans, $12,400.
Oh.
Okay. Not the worst, right? Not great.
Well, just to your point earlier, the reason I always push back on that, but is it the worst? No. Technically, there's probably only one the worst in the entire world, and whoever's going through the worst right now is that person.
Yeah.
You know? Probably some child in Yemen or something. I don't know.
I'm just glad. I don't
just
have,
because of that doesn't mean this is good.
Right. I'm just glad I don't have like 65 grand in student debt, you know?
I get you.
Yeah.
Isn't she like 78 grand like in total right now?
$1,404. Oh, the interest rates are pretty mid. They're whatever.
Got me a license I can't use anymore. Yay.
Well, maybe remote. Who knows? Maybe you can. I don't know, man. It's hard. It would be hard to hire you for that job. It would.
Yeah.
If we have limited resources at a veterinary clinic, am I going to hire someone who can't bend over?
Exactly.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, we have a Wi-Fi pass that actually makes sense for your spending in your checking account. You have 1,300 in there. Amazon. We looked at your Amazon. I would say it was about, there's some needs in there, and I'd say it's like kind of 50-50 on do you really need this or not?
Right.
Venmo, 300 to who? To where? Venmo now 300 for what?
Oh, you don't make. I know.
You barely
it was my
make that much.
Birthday.
Oh my god.
And I got a tattoo.
Oh, for sake! I'm sorry.
Oh my god! We're in debt. Okay, yeah, sure. Let's spend it. I need a tattoo, baby. Yeah, new puppy. Sure. Come on to my little ass shack. Yeah, baby. I'm so excited to get this.
Get to have the whole birthday month.
So here's what happened.
Gift.
Here's what happened. I actually booked the tattoo appointment in an impulsive flash decision.
You cancel it.
And I booked it for a lot more tattoos. And then I finally was like, hey, girl, I'm so sorry. That was a mistake on my part. I still want to work with you because I put in this deposit and whatever, but I'm going to bring that down half the amount.
Should have been like, hey, girl, I'm going to lose my car in a couple months. Can I not get a tattoo?
It's cute.
Is it that one?
No, it's on my leg. It's a possum and some cats.
Okay.
And a possum and some cats. What a beautiful tattoo.
There's storage and there's Apple and going inside a gas station and getting something. Probably. It's $5 from Winco. $5.46. I doubt that's gas.
Oh, no. Winco, I got a pack of granola bars and some rice.
Okay. Blue Firefly.
Don't know what that is.
Looks like a vending machine or something. Something on Facebook. Why are you paying $10.60 on Facebook?
Oh, God. Here we go.
Those were Facebook ads.
What are you Facebook adding?
So I do.
Please give me a place to live.
So I do the admin stuff, and I had a wild hair, and I was like, I'm gonna make my admin page, and then I paid for ads, and I don't know why.
Did you cancel it?
I did.
Good.
Yes.
I did.
Okay, more truck thing. Camp away truck accessories.
Right, because my roof rack broke.
The trail place. Went to a restaurant there.
Damn.
What restaurant?
La Palicita Taqueria.
Oh, yes. I was about to faint, so I needed food. I got like a taco.
Well, now you have a granola bar, so no more of that. LinkedIn Premium makes sense for your situation. You're looking for a job. Amazon, Store Rockin', AuraBloom.com. Affirm. What?
Aura Bloom is it's a monthly surprise crystal subscription.
Okay, cancel it. Cancel it. Go roll around in some rocks. You live outside. Roll around in some rocks.
Isn't it pretty though? It's pretty.
Like that solidified it. Don't care about any situation. Everything's deserved. Don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care anymore. A crystal subscription. Like there's no way. You're rage baiting. You're rage baiting.
I know.
It's fine.
Thanks.
Don't. You can't. I mean, you're gonna lose your car, and you lose your car, and you're done. You can't move the. You can't move Come on, man.
My car is my life.
This is not a joke anymore.
Yeah.
You cannot have a Crystal subscription.
I know.
It's literally not an option for you. It really isn't. Same with the Nintendo subscription. We can't have that.
It was.
Apple
I
Bill.
bought Nintendogs for $2.
We can't do
my
that.
God.
You have a real dog to take care of, and you're not getting him pet insurance, so we're not getting a virtual dog. Okay? Apple Bill.
There's no way.
Pet service
She's
fee.
funny.
That was a background check.
Yelp. $51 on Yelp.
That is actually in claims right now, so they are
Good.
Yeah,
But with checking it with debit cards, that is fucking hard.
I know.
So they don't really care. It's your money.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Afterpay. We're Afterpaying as well.
That yes. That
More
is paid
Apple
off
Bill.
now.
You have so many in-Apple things. What are you getting? Subscriptions or what?
So
What are you doing?
I have iCloud and
A new unit came out on Clash Royale.
Apple Pay or Apple Care.
I had to buy it.
Those should be the only two Apple charges.
Can you? It's Apple Care. Such you can spend 1 month of Apple Care and just get an indestructible case. Like
that Apple Care covers
it's
theft
risky.
as well.
I know. That's why I'm so split on the fence. You literally just subscriptions in your life is just impossible. But also getting a new phone is impossible.
Yeah.
Is it a financed phone?
I got $800 off for a trade.
Amazon. Talk about McDonald's, Amazon, the more firm.
Taco Bell and McDonald's I try to keep below like $5.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Whatever.
You bragged about having a kitchen in your little thing. Cool. You're getting like the cheapest that you can get that doesn't kill you.
I eat a lot of carbs, rice, pasta, all the dry stuff.
I don't think we get to spoil ourselves. If we're going to lose the only reason why we're still alive and being able to work, we don't get to get McDonald's, even if we're doing value menu. We really don't.
I don't know how to eat healthy on a budget either.
Well, follow our meal plan. Follow our meal plan.
Oh, they got meal plans.
You have a meal plan?
We have a meal plan. This is, again, more resources.
Cool, because my
tweak
doctor
it to your needs.
told me you need to eat better. Not like just
well,
as
you're
far as
listening to your
vitamins.
therapist about not ever being able to get a job again. Maybe you're listening to your doctor as well.
Yes, I have an appointment with a nutritionist.
$116 in the cash up account.
I love
Who are you sending
Caleb,
cash
bro.
up to? Cash up.
I shuffle money around.
So you're sending a lot of money on a Cash App. Okay.
Yeah. But I don't spend money on the Cash App. Besides recently when I purchased, because I had to cancel my card because of that Yelp charge, I had to use my Cash App debit card to buy Amazon.
Okay.
Which was
Amazon
the
for
generator.
what?
Which is
Generator.
necessary.
Venmo, some out. Whoa, investments. Not would have expected this.
We got
Thank you,
investments.
I think.
This is different. Well, just based on your situation, it's just.
Hey man, if it comes out of my paycheck before the paycheck gets to me, it's not my money.
Don't do that anymore.
Why?
You have 23% interest debt. You're getting 10% a year on average if this is in the S&P 500. Doesn't make sense to be putting it towards this if you have 23% debt, which you have on that plot.
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
On the utilities.
I didn't know.
Well, there you go. You learned.
Yeah.
11,000 hours in this one.
Oh my.
4,000 hours in that one. 11,000 hours in this one. That's
that should
great.
be
Okay?
the same one as the first one.
Damn it.
I know.
Something tells me you're going to get pushed to a point, though, very soon, and you're going to be withdrawing from this.
I don't know how to do that.
You'll figure it out. They always do.
Okay.
I've had them on
I
my
don't
show.
want to do that.
You won't, but you're not going to lose your car.
I'm not. Which I...
The tree that
This
you
is
live next to
stressing
is
me
not
out
gonna
so
give you
bad,
money.
dude. It's hurting to watch this, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm so checked out. It's so bad.
And all of a sudden, you're going to see that $11,000.
My family, the two family members that I have, back me up when I need it, which I know is a problem. I owe my brother $3,500.
Oh no.
My mom, because my credit card or because my debit card was frozen, she had to pay for the flights to get here, so I owe her.
Chat, listen, I'm gonna be very, very, very clear. You do not give family members money, okay? You make sure you're financially stable and you give them a place to stay. You give them a couch, okay? That $1 million couch, that's the only thing you offer. If you get a call after 9 p.m., hey, I need a no. You can come sleep on my couch. How about that? You can sleep on my couch. We get you fight. That's how you do it. You understand? You don't give money to family members. I don't go who it is. You don't do it. You understand?
Her a little bit of money.
Well, how much was that? We give a reimbursement.
Yeah. So when you reimburse, I'm going to reimburse her. Yeah.
So what do you owe to them?
To my brother, $3,500.
Yeah, we got that. Yeah. The other one?
To my mom, she always tells me I don't have to pay her back besides these flights.
Besides the flights.
Yeah.
Just give me the flights then.
600.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She has shuffled me about $5,000 this year.
No, if she doesn't want it back, you are gonna accept that.
Okay.
It's a gift.
Thanks.
Anything else? Apparently.
To owe to people? Mm-mm.
Okay. Let's figure out what you need to survive.
Yo, no, take that 5K. Yo, mama, take that 5K.
Because even if we
I
got
want to organize that so bad.
even if we put you in like fucking like not a hostel, what's it called? But then your pets, you won't give them. Because the thing is, we could get you a bed in a place, and that can act as a permanent residence, leading you to a better chance of getting a, what everyone else considers a permanent residence. That can lead you to a better chance of getting an in-person job. Like, we could do that, but I feel like you're not willing to do that.
In-person job, where am I going to put my dog?
Oh, my God.
For an in-person job. She has severe separation anxiety, and she ate through my door.
I have no words. Who's reviewing this? Is it Brian or is it the bro? Are you watching, bro? I'm sorry.
She's on medication.
No, this is I'm not. This is not hating you. This is not hating you. This is not against you. This is not. I feel like, Madam Jake and Madam Lindsay. I mean, I feel like this is nothing that can be done. It's just every time there's anything, it's like, but we can't because of this, and there's nothing that can be done. Literally, you can't work. One second. Sorry. I'm just trying to think out loud. You can't work a job because of your dog's separation anxiety. At that point, you are not going to survive in society. And there is no budget I can make. There's no budget I can make in that situation. Because I'm going to make it on you depending to get a job. You can't. He
literally said he can brother, he's trying to help you. You just got to give up the dogs, which you don't need right now. You don't need a dog right now in your situation. And she's like, no, well, I can't because the dog. And it's so unreasonable. It's so entitled. It's so unrealistic. What we're watching right now is straight delusion. If I'm being completely honest, it is crazy. Her priorities are completely you want everything, but you can't have everything. It's just bad.
How have I had a job for a year?
You got a remote job, but again, it is
which is the third.
One second, job. and we improved your resume, but every single year from those three remote jobs you've had, every month it is getting more competitive to get a remote job. More people are getting laid off in tech, and everyone wants a remote job. You are competing with the top of the top of the top, and I'm not saying you can't compete, but it is becoming beyond more incredibly hard. In person is what gets you an income next week. Remote job could get you an income 6 months in a year, maybe. And we did the resume tweak. So I'm sorry. Again, I'm going to connect you with all the resources, everything we have. It makes no sense for me to spend my time, the audience's time, their time.
Thank you.
Since
oh my God, Caleb.
For an hour 40, which is okay. But there's no point of spending that time to build this because you're not going to do that because every single time there is a reasonable solution. It's, I can't do it because of this thing. The dog thing, come on. At that point.
That was a question. It's not.
Oh, you know what, brother, I can't do this because of my mental health. Oh, I can't do this because of my wrist. Oh, I can't do this because of my thing. Oh, no, I can't do that because of my fucking, my puppy. Oh, I got, it doesn't make sense.
It was, what should I do?
You might have to have them with a family member for a year or something. You might have to have them work with a trainer once you have a job and you can afford it. You might have to surrender the dog if you cannot survive as a human being, because you do have to survive. If you're not able to survive, they're not able to survive. And I know that's hard. I love my dogs more than anything. Well, not more than anything. I guess I love my family more. If I have to rank, but it's pretty damn close. Okay.
They are family.
Exactly. They are family. And I'm just thinking mom, dad,
okay. So if they are family, you would want your family to be okay, right? And if you can't provide for your family, then that means you should try to find a happy home for your family. And maybe if it's just for a year or two, at least you can see your family and it's not worst case scenario happening.
This too. I don't want to think.
Love you, Mom.
I don't want them to think they're less important if they're watching.
You have to make yourself strong for others, even including your pets. It's stupid to think otherwise. You're not living in reality.
But I get it, and I get the emotions you're feeling because of that. But there might just be very hard life choices we are making so that you have a chance of survival.
Caleb's so real,
if you're not willing to make them,
God.
I don't know how you survive. Oh, I really don't, okay?
Yeah.
Coming to the post show, guys, I think we're going to talk about even more stuff. The producers know everything about our life, and they're going to talk about things. It's going to be interesting. And make sure to get are investing, budgeting, and debt class all together for 25% off. Your Hammer Financial Score, spending in a budget. I mean, you overspent your income easily, just even with minimum payments. So 0 out of 10. Debt, you have collections, 0 out of 10.
Damn.
0 out of 10.
Damn.
Your score's not going to be a 0 out of 10. If you thought, I mean, you said the score was unreasonable, but you must not have taken the thing.
I did take the thing.
And it said 0? You have retirement, so you should have at least I'll take a look at that afterwards.
Okay.
The algorithm there. But your retirement, is it behind for your age? Absolutely. But you are getting started, and there is something in there, and it's moving in right assets. 2 out of 10. And then real estate now 0 out of 10, because I'm sorry, that is not considered real estate.
I understand that.
That's going to be a Hammer Financial Score rounded up. Maybe it's because I have more of a heart than an algorithm. 0.5 out of 10. Guys, stick around for the post show.
Oh,
I already have a feeling it's going to be a good one.
Bro, you guys could go ahead and watch it. I'll leave the links in the description. Amazing video, bro.